Hey y'all, it's me, Talia,
And Tara.
and we are missing the other T because she couldn't be here.
Yeah, she's.
We're actually inside of ABC Pizza right now, and so we were given the idea to do how would you pronounce it? Mukbang,
Or
mukbang,
mukbang.
whatever. I actually got the chicken Alfredo. It's hard to see.
I got the chicken parmesan. I'm not picking it up because one, I'm weak, and two, it's hot.
Yeah, it just came out, so. And the angle is crappy because I don't have a stand for my phone. So that's why y'all are so close and personal.
I burned my finger. This food is mainly consisted of cheese because I don't know where the pasta's at or the chicken.
No. And I actually haven't ate here in a while because Pablo doesn't like it, so we don't go here anymore. So I was like, I'm going to ABC Pizza. Maya is also eating pasta because she eats whatever I eat. So
You want some cheese? She's a boring Mexican.
this is our first time videoing in public, so it's interesting. Luckily, there's not like the restaurant is not full.
Sweet tea.
But where we're sitting, there's literally a person almost at every table.
Yeah.
So
Because we got stuck in a she got stuck in a section where all the people are
yeah,
seated at.
they used to do like strips of chicken, and now they do like big old chunks. That's how long I haven't been here because they changing it up. But their servings are really big. If you've never been to ABC Pizza,
I never finished my food here. Ow.
they do give you a lot of food, but then it's good because then you take some home, whatever. We're eavesdropping as we're eating and trying to record at the same time.
Because one of the adults here works for my band, and I'm trying to listen to like what she's talking about because I'm interested in what she has to say about my band. So I can't rip my chicken. Oh, you know what would be helpful?
What?
Using my knife.
Wow.
I keep looking. Oh, excuse me.
Wow.
Boopers.
Rude. Well, I don't know. We're pretty slow eaters, so this could be a long video, but I mean, it's not like we're gonna finish it all. But she does have school tomorrow, so I'm not trying to like keep her out late or whatever. Oh my gosh. Oh, and we're drinking. They have these, these little cups that they have here. But we're drinking sweet tea. They have one of the best sweet teas, in my opinion. Okay. Because a lot of people's sweet teas taste like water, but theirs is like you taste the sugar. That's what I like. I have to taste the sugar in my sweet tea.
Question, which is really pretty basic. What kind of music are you into?
I don't know. I kind of like a little bit of everything, but I'm not the biggest fan of country. I can listen to it if somebody else is listening to it, but I'm not like, I want to listen to country. Like, I'm not that into it.
I like everything, really. Like, I like rock, Spanish, whatever.
It's just the tomato sauce.
Even though I can't really understand it.
We have like
We are Mexican, but our parents did not teach us Spanish. So
you guys sing okay?
yes, thank you.
I can sing it. Like, I can sing it perfectly fine, but don't mean I know what they're saying.
Yeah, she could be talking about anything, nasty stuff, okay? And she don't even know.
Well, you're right.
You right?
You're right. What's your favorite food? Well, here it is.
Chicken, like I said in our last video. I love chicken.
Insert slide here.
I'm just gonna say something simple, like my favorite food is chicken, because it is.
Do you like reading books?
I used to read books all the time. When I had, nothing to do, like I could read books any day. And then I started reading like iBooks on my phone. But we have not books, but we have an app called Webtoons, and they're comics, and I could read those, all day.
I like reading books a lot. Like, I mainly only read one specific author though. Her name is Ellen Hopkins, and she writes in like these poetic styles. So like they don't fill up the whole page. Like they're like spaced out differently in like each page. She's a pretty interesting book writer. Like I don't read many books that are like hers. She's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh.
Bye. What shows do you watch?
If I'm like on Netflix or something, I'm a big like romance comedy person. Yeah, but I like Jane the Virgin. Switched at Birth. Those are like older ones.
The Monsters.
But I love like any cooking show, like baking shows, cooking shows. I can watch those every day.
One of my favorite shows to watch, like that's not on Netflix or anything like that, is Impractical Jokers.
Oh,
Because I could watch those over and over again. Like they could never get tiring. Man,
no.
if any of y'all watch that, y'all know that Murr is the best. Murr or Joe.
I figure out where to put this.
Are there any comedians that you like?
Kevin Hart. He's about the only comedian I can really watch. I know a lot of people like Cat Williams. Sometimes he's a little too much for me.
I like Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy.
Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, but I I can watch him too.
I like him. I like Jeff Dunham because I like his puppets. Peanut's my favorite though. Peanut or Walter. Walter's me sometimes.
Is that the old man?
Yes.
Just calling yourself an old man.
What kind of kid were you when you were in high school?
A band kid. I mean, besides that, I have a very, like a mean mug. So when I would walk the halls, I was just trying to get to class. But I would just have, I guess, like the most serious face. Because one of my friends, they were like, Talia, why do you always look like you want to kill somebody? And I'm like, that's just my face. I'm sorry. Like, I'm really just trying to get to class because I couldn't stand people walk so slow. And I'm like, I'm trying to get to class. And I'm a fast walker. So I'm just like,
get out the way. Everybody move. I'm trying to get to class.
so I was just concentrated on getting to class. So I guess I would look mean. But if I didn't know anybody, I was very quiet, whatever. But if my friends were there, I was pretty talkative. Depending which friends, because some of them, they would try and get me in trouble because they had me laughing and talking. And I'm just like, there were sometimes that the teacher would kind of tell us something, but I never really got in trouble. Because that too, like, I was a pansy. Like, I never really skipped any classes. I was just such a scaredy cat. I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, one time they had me skip one of my classes, and because there's 2 lunches at the high school that we go to, So I had went to my lunch and I skipped to go to the second lunch, and the whole time I'm looking around and I'm like, is the teacher gonna see me? Is my teacher gonna see me? And then I think it was that day I had passed the class that I skipped, and I think the teacher had saw me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I thought I was gonna faint because I was so scared, but nothing happened. But I was like, never again.
I usually go straight to the band room because I don't like being, we so call it the mall, which is like the main area where the cafeteria is. So I don't like being in the mall during in the morning because like I don't really have that many people I talk to. So like I go straight to the band room just to avoid everyone. I've skipped one time, and that was in middle school, and I was so scared that I legit went to my class, got a pass, just so I could skip, like, because we didn't even skip, we just went to a different classroom, like, I wouldn't even call it skipping because I was so paranoid, like, her, like, I can't skip because I know I'll get caught, like, I'm not that interesting, like, or sneaky, like, I know I'll get caught, like, there was this one time last year, and I had to walk to the store in the morning because before we were able to do that because we had a lot of time. So I walked to the Circle K, and we didn't get back until like 30 minutes after first period. So I ran, but it was storming that day. So like while I was running to class, like I was soaking wet, and I had no shoes on because they were soaked. And I ran into my first period, and she just looked at me like she was so questionable, like she just stared at me. The teacher was pretty chill, so she gave me her sweater and she gave me her shoes to wear. She was pretty cool. Yeah, like she was pretty cool. She was pretty chill. I appreciated that. But yeah, that was like the one time thing. Like I can't because I'll know I'll get caught. What are your favorite holidays?
It's hard to choose because I mean, it's pretty typical the Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Only because you know Halloween, you get candy or you get candy on sale. Thanksgiving and Christmas I like because usually that's when we make time for all of our family to get together. Like I don't even care about presents. Like I just like spending time with my family, and okay, there's more food, okay, but I still enjoy being with them because we try to make time to see like all of our family, like you know my parents and my grandparents, and then because we have a really big family, so we try and make time to see them.
I wouldn't say I really have a favorite holiday. Like I like all the holidays. Like she said, like I just like spending time with all of the family. But like I feel like people just like say they like the holidays, but they just really want like what's in it for the holidays. Like they don't really give the thanks like to the family that they have. So I don't really have a favorite holiday.
Yeah, that's true. But some people aren't as close to their family as we are, and that's something that you know that I'm glad that we have. Because some people just don't get to be with their family most of the time. And I'm glad we're able to spend time with ours.
Do you think alien life exists?
No.
Okay.
For those that don't know, Pablo is like obsessed with history stuff, like anything educational he loves, and especially alien stuff. Like I never used to watch any type of alien shows until we got together, because he loves watching those. But I'm still like, that's not real. That's all fake news.
I debate whether I do, because the reason I think I don't is because I really just feel like it's humans. Like I really don't believe there's some extraterrestrial life out there. But then again, like our solar system is huge, and like you never know what could be out there. So I'm not really sure. Like I question myself about it. I don't know.
You guys okay back here?
Yes, thank you.
Is there anything you are naturally good at, like talent-wise or something? Excuse me.
Playing music. Because I honestly think like I was you know, given the talent to know how to play music, and you know, I think I play pretty well and I learn pretty fast.
Eat it.
I don't like cheese like that. I can eat cheese like that's on stuff, but like that I will gag, I will puke.
Boring.
But like I've memorized music so easy. Like I can play it a few times and I have it memorized already. Like because that's what we would have to do for marching band.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I'm just naturally born, literally born to play music.
Mine's the same thing. Like
No.
once I started middle school, I knew like the first thing I wanted to do was be in band, and I started off with playing flute like she did. Like I played flute throughout my 6th, 7th, and partial of my 8th year of middle school. And then my band teacher, he was saying that we need some percussionists in the band because we didn't have any. Like, hey, I'm already in your drumline class. I might as well just be one of your percussionists in wind ensemble. So he was like, okay, sure. So then since then, I've been playing percussionists. And once I started high school, like I was in drum line. Like I played the bass drum. I marched it. And then, but
Hold on.
my 10th grade year, which is starting this year, I switched over to the front ensemble, which is what we also call pit. That's with like the keyboard instruments, you know, the marimba, the xylophone, you know, those things like that. And because Dr. Blair was like, you know, I could really use you for the front ensemble because you're really good at playing the mallet parts. So I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. So then now, like, I switched over to that. Like, I feel like I can actually do it. Like, I feel like I'm actually pretty good at playing my mallet part.
You gonna suck up your noodles.
Do you know any other language? Well,
We already covered that.
I also know a little bit of sign language because at first, we were both kind of self-taught because of the show Switched at Birth that we
Literally
watched.
was like learning off a TV show.
Yeah. And then in high school, I went into an ASL class.
Yeah, I only took 2 years of Spanish, and that honestly just taught me more of like how to read it and somewhat write it. Because it was mainly basic, so I already knew like some of the words, but it's more formal. We speak, you know, most families speak, you know, slang, and we learn like actual like Spanish. So it was a little different.
When I was younger, I had more of a German accent though for some reason. Like I couldn't pronounce certain things correctly. Like when I was younger, I went to the store with my mom and I would ask for lemon, but instead of saying lemon, I would say woman. So like I would legit ask my mom, and I'm like, hey, like, Mom, I want some women.
Woman.
And she would like question me, and she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I want women. And she's like, what? So like I would point to the lemon, and she's like, oh, you want lemon. I also couldn't pronounce purple. How would I say it?
Purple. Purple.
I also couldn't pronounce foot. And I guess they say that I don't say English correctly.
English.
English.
Because she says English instead of English.
English. What stresses you out the most?
To me, as you get older, like, you stress about certain things. Like, as you age, you stress about different things, of course, because, you know, when you're in school, you're stressing about school. Now that I'm a mom, like, I stress mom stuff because I don't work anymore. But that also kind of pertains to trying not to stress, because I was working before I got pregnant, and now it's just kind of like I have to be dependent on somebody, and sometimes that kind of stresses me out. Like, put my share in of helping, like, you know, helping with bills or whatever. I know, because people will be like, you know, that's the man's job or whatever, but I'm somebody that if I'm able to help, I will, and I wish I could help more, because then we both have to depend on him, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I think that's really it for me. because I have not that many friends, so I don't have like no drama or nothing. So yeah.
What stresses me out? School. That's it. School. School is the only thing that stresses me out because I'm trying to keep my grades up. How accurate do you think stereotypes are?
Not very. To stereotype like as a joke, but in reality, we can't just like look at somebody and, you know, be judgmental of who they could be or who they might be if we don't even know them. Yeah, that's a pretty touchy subject. That's just, there's a lot that you can go into that, so I'm just gonna say no. That's my answer.
What stereotypes are the most hurtful? I think when someone says something about the like crossing the border, like there was this one time last year I was talking to someone on the bus and he was like, "Hey Tara, I think I seen the border patrol at your house." I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What is your spirit animal?
I don't know.
Unicorns,
Oh my gosh.
because they
You guys
exist.
have a good day, okay? You guys still okay?
Yes, thank you. I don't know if you... I have no idea. Can I just say like favorite animal? I don't know.
No, you have to say an animal that represents you. That's what a spirit animal is. Your spirit, your persona.
I'll be a dog. My Chinese zodiac is a rat, so I don't really want to be a rat, you know?
I actually don't even know what mine is.
I think I would rather be a dog because, you know, dogs, they, you know, they're loyal, they're pretty much, you know, happy-go-lucky, but, yeah, it looks like I barely even, like, touch my plate.
Wow. Really?
I want to thank you guys for watching this video.
If you even watch it all the way through.
I'm sorry for all the noise. We are inside of a restaurant, and Maya is, as you can tell, a little sick. So she's a little fussy right now, and she's sleepy. But we're almost done. There's like nobody in here now.
Only like
So,
one more.
yeah, so we're like talking loud to ourselves.
But who cares?
Somebody looked over here.
Yeah. It was like,
So yeah, stay tuned for our next video. Watch our other videos if you haven't seen them already.
yes, yeah. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, like it.
And comment down below what you would like to see next. And yeah, I think that's all. Deuces.